Hi everyone. I'm not sure if you're able to see me. Should be by the way. So anyway, hi everyone. Welcome. It must be really odd for you to take a class on Sunday evening, 9 p.m. Must be the peak time when all of you, or most of you at least, would have gone out or would have had plans to go out. I know it's quite an odd time, but never mind. Hope your weekend was good. And today in my class, the topic is vocabulary for MBA entrance examinations. So we know that in CAT, vocabulary is no more a part, but for other exams like IIFT, SNAP, and MAT, that too, vocabulary is very important. Before I begin, let me tell you something about myself. I'm Shalinee. I completed my MBA from IIM Indore and I have a teaching experience of 2 years in VARC, CAT especially. And you know the reason to learn with me. I've been repeating it in all my classes. I don't want you to actually get annoyed about the fact. I don't like to boast. It's just that it's a duty of mine because a lot of students are new to the course, to the class. This could be first class of a lot of them. Now, before we start with the class, why I want to tell you that you are at the right place and going ahead, you must subscribe to Unacademy. This is because Unacademy will set you in the right direction. Do you know the reason? The reason is that MBA comes at a stage of your life where you are already occupied with something or the other, either business or completed one of the studies or a job. So, finding out time to go and study as per the schedule of a class at a physical educational institute does not make much sense or is not very feasible. There should be something that merges well with your existing schedule, and that is Unacademy because it is closest to the live class, to the original class. The live classes of Unacademy subscription that you get after Unacademy subscription is closest to the real experience. You have daily live classes and the schedule that works for you because we have classes going on throughout the day from morning to 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. in the night. So whenever you want, stream in and you'll get somebody teaching something or the other. No language barrier. So we teach in around 12 languages and you can learn anytime, anywhere. Download kar lo, even while you are traveling. You want to make use of that time, you do not have access to internet. Download it earlier and watch it later. That's simple. Finally, in the class, why I said it is closest to the experience of a real class because you can answer live polls, as I said. You can get doubts cleared by interacting with the teacher in the class. Okay, you get to appear for live tests and quizzes, and then just like in class you make notes, here we provide you with PDFs and learning material. Finally, we have detailed report and analysis. Detailed report and analysis because we want you to be grounded, to have a reality check of where you stand. CAT and any exam is actually eventually a competitive exam. So, knowing where you are at par with other students, at par with the topper, and in your own journey of preparation so far, the most critical thing is to have a detailed report and analysis of your knowledge, your time, your way of attempting, and thus you will know the areas of your improvement. So, subscribe to Unacademy by using my code, which is Shalini, flashing on your screen SHALINW. You're going to get 58% off on the 1 year subscription and 75% off on the 24-month subscription. Why I'll right now, why I'll focus on 12 months and 24 months is because, guys, first of all, this will make you prepare not only for CAT but for all good MBA colleges. It is important to prepare for all other colleges, not just rely or stick to CAT. It is good to be ambitious, but you have to have your feet on the ground too. And for that, 12 and 24-month subscription, is more of value addition, where you'll have a holistic and in depth preparation. Okay, having said that, let's begin. So, what is vocabulary? Give me a minute. So, well, what happens is that first you need to know what is vocabulary. Of course, we all of us know what is vocabulary. The bank of words, the usual and unusual words used in the language is vocabulary. Okay, so when students prepare for vocabulary, they get a lot of questions. They have a lot of questions in their mind. One of the question is that, is it important to learn words from cat exam? Okay, I'll slowly and gradually take it ahead. First, you need to know, is it important to learn words for cat exam? What part of the exam is based on vocabulary? So I'll tell you that in last 3 years, zero vocabulary questions have been asked in cat, appeared in cat. But still, that does not mean that you don't prepare for cat. You have to prepare for vocabulary. And why? There are two reasons for that. Two good reasons for that. The reasons are, first, that they are part of other exams like NMAT, SNAP, SAT, etc. Okay, these are the other important exams that you need to focus on. As I always say, that all exams are important. Next, enhanced vocabulary improves your English skills and helps improve comprehension. See, we know कि CAT में दो तीन चीजें मेजर होती हैं. Reading comprehension, 70% of the paper of verbal is reading comprehension. Even rest 20-30% is also somehow or other based on reading comprehension. So what is parajumble? That is again understanding and arranging, right? And if you get to get a critical reasoning or odd one out, etc., all of this is fundamentally reading comprehension, your ability to read and understand not just what is written, but also what can be inferred. This helps you a lot. Having a good vocabulary always helps you a lot in very quickly understanding a reading comprehension. You know, in my one of my videos, I have given you tips and tricks for reading comprehension. I have told you how to clear reading comprehension. In that, one of the major roadblock that I have identified as a student and also after teaching so many students is vocabulary. The students, when they do not know words, see, I know that CAT is not an exam of vocabulary or memory, but understanding. Having said that, it is also important to remember that there are certain words that are expected to know a decent standard of English before you land into a business school, because that's how your curriculum is designed, or that's what you are eventually intended to become after you complete your MBA. You have been visualized or you are idealized as having some characteristic. One of them is, of course, good English and communication skills. For that, vocabulary is important, decent vocabulary, and that is tested in reading comprehension, para jumbles, etc. So if you know vocabulary, you will आप अटकोगे नहीं और आप रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन पैरा जंबल और भी क्वेश्चंस को बहुत इजीली समझ जाओगे. It will create a significant impact in your ability to understand RC and your speed. Now, let's go to next question that students usually ask. How many words should you learn in a single day? See, it's asked by a lot of students, that's why I put it here, but it is not of much relevance. Okay, some can learn 5, some can learn 10. What I suggest is that don't really have an agenda of only reading on preparing for vocabulary. You can prepare for vocabulary in a number of ways, and the best way that I have identified is by reading more and more. So read from a variety of sources, read a variety of topics, and whenever you come across a new word, make a personal notebook. Write those words in the notebook with meaning and with a sentence that best represents the meaning of that particular word. Eventually, gradually, in time of 4 or 5 months, you will realize that you have a huge number of words and they are now repeating. And since you have your own reference notebook for referring when you are stuck and even for revising, it has become really easy for you. And you are now actually, you remember all of those words. That is the power of this extra little extra effort that you can give every day when you read. Not necessarily in a notebook, you can as well make a notepad in your phone, but I'll recommend writing. You know why? Because writing has a special resemblance, has a special significance, which is scientifically proven. When you write using your hands, there are signals that go to brain that enforce your memory, reinforce your memory. So your retention and your memory and your understanding of what you write is always more as compared to what you just type or see. Okay, so you can run 5 to 10 words, और ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि one day when you're reading an article you have all the words are familiar to you, other day you get 10 different words. That's completely up to you. Next, कि शब्द तो हमने पढ़ लिए. Now we have our bank, we have the words, but what are the questions that are asked in the exams when it comes to vocabulary? So these are the type of questions कि जब आप शब्द जानते हो और उनका मतलब जानते हो तो उनसे आपसे आपसे क्या क्या पूछा जाएगा. Synonyms and antonyms. So what is synonyms? What are synonyms? Synonyms are words that mean the same as a given word. Yani, if I talk in Hindi, you call it पर्यायवाची. ठीक है? Then you have antonyms. So for the given word, you'll have to find the words that mean opposite to it. That means विपरीतार्थक. Okay? Now, next type is sentence completion or fill in the blanks. In that, you will be giving a statement, and in that statement, one of the words will be left blank. Then, out of the given options, if options are given, options will be given. You have to choose which of the words correctly fills this gap. Done. Now comes idioms and phrases. Idioms and phrases क्या होते हैं? इन्हें हम हिंदी में कहते हैं मुहावरे और लोकोक्तियां. Right? Don't mind, guys, me teaching in so much of Hindi, but I think whatever can help most of you understand is I'll do that. Those who got it in English, of course, I would have got it, but those who did not get, my extra effort is to speak about it in Hindi. Okay. Phrases and proverbs. Proverbs are almost same as these muhavre, I mean, idioms and phrases. And then comes idioms and phrases, proverb questions. Next is close test. What is a close test? So, given a paragraph, not just a sentence, a paragraph, an extensive paragraph, and in that paragraph, one or two spaces will be left blank, and you have to choose from the given options as to which option fills those blanks in the best manner, depending upon the context and the meaning derived from the paragraph itself. Okay. First, let me clear my dashboard so that, and also clear for me. I need a lot of space going ahead. Now, next comes analogies. What is analogies? Can one of you tell me? Analogies means ki similar in meaning, not really synonym, but suppose I say that an analogy could be so the two situations mean the same thing, but they cannot be said as synonym of each other. Okay. For example, the respiratory system of human being is is an analogy to the respiratory system of human being could be a water pump machine. As soon as the water pressure goes down or up, water is pumped or dispelled. And in the similar manner, in the lungs, whenever the oxygen level drops, the air pressure drops or increases, we breathe in or breathe out or breathe faster. That's what it is about. So that's what I wanted to tell you, that analogy means these. तो कहने को ह्यूमन का एक सिस्टम और एक वाटर पंपिंग सिस्टम बहुत अलग है, लेकिन एनालॉजी मतलब तरीका फंक्शन करने का तो सेम है, इसीलिए वी कॉल इट एनालॉजी. ओके, let's come to next, which is one word substitution. So you'll be given a sentence, rather a meaning of a sentence, of a word, and you'll have to find कि ये meaning किस word के लिए सही है. Okay. Next, spelling test and other miscellaneous types of question. में usually क्या होता है कि you'll be given 2 to 3 words like mother or mother, MTHER. Similarly, and you'll have to choose which is the correct spelling. Contextual usage. Usually, a poem or a prose will be given. You'll read it, and then you'll have to choose from one of the given. In one of the questions, you'll have to choose from the given options as to which word will best substitute that sentence in this poem, or which word means is closest to the word X in the poem, or which word means contextually means the same as the word X in the poem. Okay. Then comes confusable words question. So confusable में कैसे आया, जैसे uh, it's या फिर it apostrophe s is, या फिर what else can be confusing to you? Course COURSE or course CORSE है ना. So they have almost similar spelling. They also sound the same, but what is the real meaning of what will only come, you'll get to know if you really know the meaning of it. Finally, migratory word or phrase question. So, what word can really replace this particular phrase or so? Now, going ahead, we'll see what all questions we have for practice, because, of course, it's not possible to complete so many of these in one class. Most important, ways to enhance vocabulary. अब ना I asked people around and I found these ways for people to enhance vocabulary. Associations, ideas, reading, apps, vocabulary books, personal notebook. Some have also said as a lot of them also use newspaper. Okay, or what else? Oh, a lot of students also actually read dictionary. I'll tell you my best way, personal notebook, as I already said. स्टार लगा दो इस पे. अब associations क्या होते हैं? When you associate a word, for example, you can say that father was very, what is the meaning of furious? मतलब बहुत गुस्सा और बिल्कुल बेकाबू गुस्सा. So how do you remember this? You remember furious that your father was furious at the landlord or so. You remember that situation and you attach it to that particular situation. In that case, this association will help you in remembering the meaning of this word. So, whenever you come across a word, you can remember it this way. Next is ideas. So, if there is an idea like winning, then you can write all the words that mean similar to it. For example, victory, or you have trump, not trump, okay? Or you have similar word like conquer. What else do you think can come in winning? Victory. Okay, I think that should be enough. We'll see to it later. Then comes reading. So ये जितने भी ऑप्शंस है ना ये sorry, the fundamental, the groundwork is reading only. Unless you read, you will not encounter the words and then you cannot remember it through associations or ideas. Okay? You'll not be able to do that. And reading and making a notebook while by referring to the meaning to dictionaries or Google is the best way. Comes apps. I've seen a lot of apps for vocabulary. There are also online dictionary that I've seen like Oxford, etc. I don't find them a very good idea, but there are certain apps that interactively teach you. So what they do is that they have a lot of exercises और instances. So screen खोलते ही questions आते हैं कि what do you think would be the best word in this scenario, या तो fill in the blanks, ऐसे करके interactive तरीके से meaningful तरीके से usage के तरीके से आपको वो vocabulary सिखाते हैं. Unlike dictionary जहाँ पे alphabetically words और उनके meaning mention किए होते हैं, there is barely even a sentence that actually explains the meaning. Okay. Next comes vocabulary books. So vocabulary books में भी यही होता है कि तरह तरह के questions, words that are frequently used, roots पे etymology पे जाके ये vocabulary books बनते हैं. The more or less a hard copy of the apps available. Okay. So these are the ways in which you can enhance. Still, my number one most effortless and most effective ways पढ़ते रहो. और नॉट जस्ट व्हेन यू आर पर्पसली रीडिंग, एट टाइम्स यू आर डूइंग लेजर रीडिंग टू, या फिर आप कहीं पे बिल बोर्ड पढ़ रहे हो, कोई एड पढ़ रहे हो, कुछ सुन रहे हो, कभी भी कोई नया वर्ड आता है ना, डोंट थिंक एट ऑल एंड मेक अ नोटबुक एंड ग्रेजुअली रियलाइज दैट आई विल लॉट ऑफ. फाइनली जो आपके एक्चुअली मतलब का है वो सिंपल क्वेश्चंस. अभी मुझे पता है कि आप लोग बहुत बोर हो जाते हो कि मैम ना आगे बोलती हैं और उसके बाद पढ़ाना शुरू करती हैं, बट यू नो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मी टू एक्सप्लेन एवरीथिंग सो दैट इट सेट्स अ ग्राउंड, डेवलप्स योर कॉन्फिडेंस, यू हैव अ क्लैरिटी कि अरे हम क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं, क्या पढ़ रहे हैं, इससे कैसे क्वेश्चंस आएंगे, इसलिए मुझे क्या पढ़ना है. ठीक है. और रही बात दूसरी की इतना बोलने की, एक और वजह है कि I have different type of students that are associated with me. Okay, a lot of students will read this or refer to my lectures. So for convenience of all of them, I have these. Now, first type of question is choose the word closest in meaning. Disheveled appearance. This is the statement जिससे के closest मेरे को मतलब निकालना है. Okay? What is the meaning of disheveled appearance? Take your time, 30 seconds, and then we'll. मजा आया? Let's begin. Okay. First word means untidy, which is ganda, not neat, shabby. There can be lot of synonyms to this word. Second word is fierce, very strong. So often we say na fierce voice, fierce personality, dabang, very strong. वो होता है fierce, okay? We have unhappy, नाखुश. You know the meaning of unhappy. Most of us are that most of the time. Then we have foolish, yani मूर्ख, somebody who is a fool, not intelligent is मूर्ख. Okay? What do you think is the closest in meaning? Closest is untidy. Disheveled appearance means someone with a shabby look, a dirty look. So, what is the closest in meaning? Untidy, not neat. The answer is option 1. Comes the next question. An ophthalmologist. Who do you think, guys, is an ophthalmologist? Tell me, out of option 1, 2, which do you think are the right answers? In time, I think this is quite easy. Most of us know by this age. An eye doctor, a doctor of eyes, is called an ophthalmologist. Okay, so if you want to remember, you can remember this as eyes, I drew eyes, an eye, I drew an eye, and then O, ophthalmologist. Okay, now comes next question. Indefatigable worker. So you have to find a word out of the given four options, one, two, three, and four, as to is which is closest in meaning to the given statement, which is this question. An indefatigable worker. देखो देखो, I have given you 30 seconds or so for reading and understanding them, finding out the answer basically. So this is the approach that I follow. Whenever a question flashes on the screen, I give 30 seconds to a minute time to the students so that they can put their brain into the question, and then I explain the meaning so that they know that what they choose was correct or was it wrong. If it was wrong, why was it? Or why was the right answer correct? Got it? So, you know what is the meaning of fatigue, right? Fatigue मतलब क्या होता है? थकावट. थकावट. तो वो indefatigable मतलब आप ऐसे याद रखो. फैटिक मतलब थकावट, क्योंकि इन आया है. indefatigable मतलब जो नहीं थकता. अब आपको बहुत इजीली समझ आ गया वो आंसर. आंसर है tireless. But also let's see the meaning. Other words, well paid. Somebody who is given decent remuneration for his work, decent salary. Tired means somebody thaka wow. So this is, you know what this is? This is an antonym. You remember I told you what an antonym is? This is an antonym. And tireless is a synonym. So we got both these words in this. Finally, pleasant. What is pleasant? Something pleasant is something very pleasing, likable. Okay? Next. Next question is to simulate interest. Take 30 seconds, then we'll start. Done with 30 seconds? It is more than 30 seconds. So the word is, the sentence given is to simulate interest. What is the meaning of to simulate interest? First, let us look at the meaning of these words. Pretend matlab to act, to fake what is not there. Stir up matlab to invoke, maybe, to invoke the feeling or to catalyze the feeling or whatever it is, make it more intense. Feel is महसूस करना. Okay, you know the meaning of feeling. Lose, हारना. Okay, it is an antonym of winning. Simulation, you know what is a simulation? This is more of a technical term. Simulation में what happens is that it's not actual. You have somehow imitated or simulated the situation, the thing, like brought it closest to the real thing. Okay, brought it closest to the real scenario. That is simulation, but it is not real. So, what do you think is the meaning? Pretend, simulate interest, to pretend, think, faking. The answer is option one. Okay, next question. Now, here you have to find the word's meaning same as this. What is it? It is synonym. And what is a synonym? As I said, words that mean the same to the given word or word. अब यहाँ पे आप ढूंढो मतलब the synonym of the following word. Just go through the words in 30 seconds and then we'll take them one by one. So done. I think I've taken enough time. Let's start one by one. Go to this first. What is the meaning of peril? So peril means an serious danger, an immediate danger. Danger. A danger could be anything. It could be death. It could be a natural calamity like an earthquake or tsunami. Can be any natural disaster. It could be a serious danger. It could be a fatal disease. Anything. That is a peril. So you can even write is synonym as danger. Okay. Next comes splendid. We say now what a splendid performance. You must have heard these Indian Idol and dance show judges faking it most of the time by using the words splendid, fantabulous, fantastic, and blah blah. From there, you can remember splendid means something really good. So, really good means you're really impressed by that. So, it is impressive, it is magnificent. Both these are synonyms of splendid. Okay. Next word is want. What is a want? हिंदी में बोले तो चाहत. So what is the English synonym of it? Desire, need. Okay. Was furious. बहुत गुस्सा. What can I still use as synonyms are? Anger. Okay. comes annoy. Annoy मतलब इरिटेट करना, तो छेड़ना, चिड़चिड़ा कर देना। तो हम क्या लेंगे? इरिटेट। व्हाट एल्स? नैग। नैग मतलब भी होता है इरिटेट करना। ओके, तो 5 का हो गया, 4 का, 3 का, 2 का, 1 का। अब आते हैं 6 पे। इनएक्टिव, somebody is not active, you can call the person as lazy. You can also call the person as, what else? I think lazy is today. Comes accord. Accord means give power or status. You can also, what do you think, can you use a synonym for accord? To give, right? So you can actually use only give as power, as they use it. Comes considerate. Who is considerate? Considerate is somebody who is very cooperative, who is very understanding, who really considers what you say, not just listens. So considerate means the person is convenient or is cooperative, or the person is empathetic or understanding. Next word is glitter. Glitter means something that shines bright, is iridescent, is illuminated. You can use illuminated. You can use another word which is bright. You can even use gaudy for that matter. Something that, the best word you can use is blingy. Got it? Now comes the word vanquish. Vanquish का मतलब होता है defeat thoroughly. बिल्कुल ही ध्वस्त कर दिया. तो vanquish का क्या मतलब हम निकाल सकते हैं? Defeat thoroughly. So even defeat is a good synonym. Other could be trashed. Okay? These are the synonyms. Next come to antonym. Antonym क्या होता है? Antonym means word meaning in words meaning opposite to what is written. Begin with number 1, abundant. Abundant का मतलब पता है क्या होता है? मतलब भरपूर, हिंदी में। हिंदी में कहते हैं भरपूर, मतलब it has everything. So what can be antonym for it? Lacking, deficient, which is not enough. Okay. Second word is attractive. Attractive is something that holds attention, that demands attraction, that attracts you. Very simple antonym for this is unattractive. Ugly. Then comes despair. Despair का meaning होता है loss of hope completely. तो अगर loss of hope है तो इसका antonym क्या होगा? Hopeful, optimistic. Okay. Comes frequent. Frequent मतलब अक्सर होता है. And antonym for this will be infrequent. Okay. Rare. Some happens sometimes. Then you have miser. Miser का मतलब हुआ कंजूस. जो हम सारे हैं अभी, जो जो अन अकेडमी को सब्सक्राइब नहीं कर रहे, क्योंकि इतने फायदेमंद चीज में अगर आप पैसे बचा रहे हो ना, 58, 60%, 75% डिस्काउंट मिलने के बाद, तो आप माइजर, किडिंग, ओके, डोंट टेक इट. माइजर का ऑपोजिट विल बी स्पेंड थ्रिफ्ट. समबडी हु spends well is a spend thrift, like me. Optimistic is something who is very positive in thinking things only positive towards the, about the future or about anything, who's very enthusiastic, excited about the future. इसका opposite, we know it all, बचपन से पढ़ते आ रहे हैं, pessimistic. Next is rude. What is rude? Somebody who's harsh or is rough, not well spoken. So what we write as the meaning is sweet, soft spoken. Okay? Shallow. Shallow मतलब ऊपर ऊपर से superficial, not deep, not deep. तो shallow से antonym हो गया deep. Okay? Comes voluntary. Voluntary means by own will. Okay? By own interest. तो इसका antonym clearly हुआ involuntary. Done? So this is done. Antonyms are also done. Let's move to another type of question. What is this question? This question is the question where you'll be given a word and you'll be said that which of the given four options best substitute the given word in the question. Let's look at the question. It says that what is the meaning of, sorry guys, rapture? Closest in meaning. You know what is the meaning of rapture? The real meaning of rapture is intense pleasure. Is one word for intense pleasure. तो ये पॉजिटिव खुशनुमा शब्द है. देखते हैं पॉजिटिव और क्या क्या है. डिसएंचैंटमेंट पहला ऑप्शन. Disenchantment means disappointment. So this can never ever fall close in meaning because this is negative in meaning already. It is a negative connotation word. So this option is kicked out. Let's move to exaltation. Exaltation means extreme happiness. If some extreme happiness, so positive word. So this can be an option. Comes dedication. Dedication means conviction, commitment, nowhere close to. Although this is positive, but this is not close to the meaning, so cancel it. Final comes fracture. We know what is a fracture. It's a break. When your bones break or when there's a breakage, it's called fracture. So close and also negative interpretation. Only clear option is exaltation. No doubts. If there is, please put your comments and I'll get back to you in the chat. Okay. Next, there is this word called ablution, and you have to find the word that is closest in meaning to ablution. What are those words? So let's first see the meaning of each word. Dedication is a positive word, and as I said, means you can say commitment or काफी dedicated है, quite serious. Next comes the word purge. What is the meaning of purge? Means to get rid of something unwanted, like an unwanted quality. This is also positive. Now comes cleansing. What is cleansing? Meaning safai. This is also positive. And then comes introduction. We all know what is introduction. Introduction needs no introduction. So we know that now that we know the meaning of these words, do I know the meaning of evolution? अब यहाँ पे evolution का मतलब नहीं जानते तो आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. तो evolution का मतलब पता है तो ठीक है, नहीं भी पता हो तो कोई बात नहीं. But for now, let me tell you the meaning. Evolution means washing oneself. What do you think, guys, is the closer meaning? Does dedication mean that? No. Does purge mean that? It somehow what means get rid of a bad quality. Introduction also does not mean, but when it comes to cleansing, it's very, very close to washing oneself. Cleansing मतलब साफ सफाई और खुद को साफ करना is ablution. Done. Option answer is 3. Now, next question. यहाँ पे 30 seconds दूंगी क्योंकि ये word नया है. Sorry, man. Never mind. Use a red pen, yeah. Are you done with the meaning? So you know what is the meaning of acclivity? The meaning of acclivity is an upward slope. Write it. What is the meaning of elevation? Again, an upward inclination. Upward inclined plane is called an elevation, a rise, a height. Comes adrift. Adrift means to float without any assistance, like without stirring or anything of that sort. So this is the meaning of adrift. Then comes plain. Plain means simple. Then comes meager. Meager मतलब बहुत कम, बहुत थोड़ा. Highly insufficient, very less. Done. The closest एक ही meaning में हुआ, which is elevation. Elevation equals acclivity, so my right answer is option 1. So let's move to another question. Impervious. और इसके closest words हुए impeccable, manipulative, weak और unreceptive. अब सारे words heavy heavy हैं, इसलिए आप पहले मतलब देख लो, तब तक मैं 30 seconds का टाइमर लगा. So what is the meaning of this word impervious? Let's begin. You know what is the meaning of pervious? Impervious. Impervious is when it does not let anything pass through it. Okay? Then this thing is impervious. This is the meaning of impervious. Now comes first word of give in the question or in the given option. The first option is impeccable. Impeccable means flawless, without any fault, absolutely zero fault. Second comes manipulative. So this is more of related to words manipulation. You all must be knowing the meaning of this. Comes weak. In Hindi, we call it kamzor or something that lacks strength. So what remains? Unreceptive. How do you call it unreceptive? Unreceptive is something that does not receive. तो ये ना closest sound कर रहा है पता है क्यों? Because just like impervious, which does not let anything pass through it, which does not receive things, rejects it back. In similar manner, even unreceptive thing does not receive but pushes away the things. So impervious is closest in meaning to unreceptive. They're closest in meaning. So the answer is number 4. Done. Now we have some more questions left and not much time left. Never mind. Let's see how do we wind them up. I'll quicken now, okay? because I think you might be getting bored. Okay, so comes next question on your screen. You have to tell the meaning. Please go ahead and tell me the meaning. Hydrosis, whatever you call. Then let's begin. See, hydrosis means, as per the dictionary, means action of sweating. So I clearly get that. Three is the answer. But let me also tell you the meaning of other words so that your vocabulary gets better. Dehydration means loss of water. But you know that water can be lost in any way. So even when people suffer from loose motions, or even when your skin loses moisture, these are all examples of dehydration. It is not very similar to hydrosis. Although action of sweating, even sweating is a form of dehydration because you lose water in the form of sweat. So hydrosis, dehydration can be close to meaning of hydrosis, but sweating is exact. Next comes hinder. Hinder is anything that rukawat, or something that decelerates or makes an action slow, or kind of a block, roadblock in an action or in a course. Finally, humdrum. Humdrum means lacking excitement. Humdrum means that it is lacking excitement. Next comes the word rebuke. Take your time and find the meaning of rebuke. Give me time in the meanwhile I'm passing. Done. Given you some time, almost a minute. Let me tell you, rebuke means to sharply criticize someone. When you very strongly criticize someone, you call it rebuke. But what is compliment? Compliment means to appreciate someone. Tell something positive about somebody. That is compliment. To acknowledge something good about somebody, or a situation or a thing. Comes censure. Censure again means strong disapproval. This is a strong disapproval. This sounds closest to the meaning. Put it in a bucket. Compliment तो आ ही नहीं सकता. Next comes retract. You know what is retract? To take back the same path. To take come back on the path. कहीं गए और retract. मुड़ गए वापस उसी रास्ते. So retract cannot be meaning same as rebuke at all. Comes eulogize. Eulogize means to praise a lot. So like this is an extreme form of compliment, you can say. Extreme state of complimenting somebody. So this is also a very, very positive, highly positive word. This can never be same as meaning of rebuke. So what are we left with? Censure. So answer is censure, which is optional. Two. Got it? Let's move to another question. Now this is another type of question. यहाँ पे you have to, a statement is given. You have to complete the sentence using the words given in the options. You have to choose which is right depending on the question given. Even here, you need to know the meaning of the words already so that you can use it. Okay? So the first question of this type is this: the manners and blank of the Nouveau Riche is recurrent in the works of Jane Austen. Blank. So the first is the manners and fashion of Nouveau Riche is recurrent in shape in the works. No, this is not possible. Fashion शायद बैठता but shape is not at all suitable for the second blank. So eliminate option one. Comes to morals and legends. What is moral? We know what is the meaning of morals. If I write the manners and morals of the Nouvelle, morals are almost same as values. It's a recurrent legend in the works of Jane Austen. No, sorry, it cannot be a recurrent legend. Manners and morals cannot be a legend. Can be legendary but not a legend. So again, second word does not fit well. Although for first fits well, second is again crossed. Comes third option, affluence and premise. The manners and affluence of the Nouveau Rich is a recurrent premise in the works of Jane Austen. Do you know what is the meaning of affluence? Affluence means very rich, having a lot of money. That is called as affluence. And for the second blank, the meaning of the word premise is a statement from which another statement is inferred. Okay, so given a premise of a couple of sentences and then other works follow. But you know, it cannot be a recurrent premise in the works because they are already existent in the work. So it cannot be a premise. So second does not fit, but let me check for one. One may fit because they're talking about the rich people. So they may be talking about their affluence, their richness. Okay? Affluence means comes fourth option. अब वन टू थ्री एलिमिनेट हो गया है तो फोर ही आंसर होगा बट एक बार श्योर हो जाओ मैनर्स एंड मॉरल्स मॉरल्स मैंने कहा ही था सूट्स वेल इज अ रिकरेंट थीम मतलब बार बार ये थीम आता है मतलब इन द वर्क्स ऑफ दिस पर्सन जेन ऑस्टन द मैनर एंड मॉरल ऑफ दिस नोवे रिच इज अ रिकरेंट थीम बार बार आता रहता है उनके काम में कि कई काम इस टॉपिक पे इस थीम पे दिस इज राइट फोर इज द आंसर now comes this question same as the previous one. A half hour's drive north of Seoul along a highway lined with blank wire lie two shopping malls the size of several football stadiums, a blank away from the world's most militarized border. What do you think, guys? Dekho and let me know. Let's check. First, a half hour's drive north of Seoul along a highway lined with barbed wire. What is the meaning of barbed wire? Have you seen those spiked wires? Mostly in and around for security, in high security, highly confidential or sensitive areas like an Air Force station or anything of that sort, or any defense area that is barbed. Stones throw means very close distance. एक पत्थर फेंकने जितना distance. पत्थर फेंकते हो तो कितनी दूर जाता है 100 200 500 मीटर से दूर तो नहीं जाता ना that means very close. They're saying that highway lined with barbed wire. There are two shopping malls the size of several football stadiums, and they are just a stone's throw away from world's most militarized border. So one seems to me the correct answer, but I'll never jump to an answer if I find the answer in the first instance. That is if I got very lucky. I don't want to create my luck into negative marking. I'll choose, look at all options. Come to this. Ironed crow's feet. Ironed wire. A wire, as far as I know, are mostly of iron, but okay. Crow's foot. No, this is not a correct ED. So not correct option. Comes land with fragile wire. Maybe a spitting away. No, sorry, spitting distance away. That's no, not at all. Maybe close, but I won't say spitting distance away. Finally, acerbic wire. A blinking eye away. No, again, not a right idiom or phrase over here. So my answer was correct. I have become sure to. Now comes some other questions that have been taken from NMAT, IAFT, SNAP, and TISNAT. Some of these are memory based and others are from actual paper. Okay, these type of questions come. Remember when I told you about confusing words or the words that are very similar in pronunciation, in spelling? So we often tend to use one for the other and then we end up getting negative mark. For that, we have these kind of questions. So pay attention to these and note down. These words should be in your bank so that because they're commonly used and they will help you in the other exams and you should remember them. You should have it somewhere. ऐसा नहीं है कि आया पता है तो पता है, नहीं पता है तो ठीक है, ये पता होने ही चाहिए. तो ये देखो क्वेश्चन. The fundamental structure of the Indian Constitution is blank as per the Supreme Court. अगर ये कहें हम तो ऑप्शंस दिए हैं inviolable and invaluable. What do you think should substitute this? Tell me. ये की. Take 10 seconds. Well, so the meaning of inviolable is one that cannot be violated at any cost. Violated means cannot be defied, cannot be not followed. Comes invaluable. Invaluable means priceless, cannot give a value to it. It is so, so, so important. It is of utmost importance. So, finally, what do you think should be the word here? Of course, inviolable. You cannot violate the fundamental structure of the Indian Constitution. For the Supreme Court, okay, comes next word. A mother's love is invaluable for any child. Of course, nothing is as valued as mother's love for a child. Nothing like mom, guys, right? Mama hoti. So, invaluable is the right word in this context and not inviolable. Okay, so this is the right answer. Now comes the next set of words. Course and course. I already mentioned this in the very beginning, right? But I haven't told the meaning. So the meaning of course is the structure of syllabus or rather a syllabus, or you can say the curriculum. And what is the meaning of coarse? It means rough, coarse hair, coarse grains. Cool. And the question is, the English blank I took last semester was the best I've ever taken. What do you think should substitute? Think for 10 seconds. Very, very simple. Clearly, it's course. Course is the right option. Let's move to another question. It apostrophe s and its. Don't blame me. Blank, not my fault. This is very simple. I don't think I even need to give you time. ध्यान रखना जहाँ apostrophe आता है ना, it means it is. इस apostrophe को आप समझना मन ही मन I. और जहाँ its आता है, it means possession. उसका. ठीक है. और इसका मतलब हुआ it is. तो अब यहाँ डोंट ब्लेम मी, इट्स तो नहीं बोलेंगे ना, ऑफ कोर्स इट इज नॉट माय फॉल्ट, इट इज ऑल्सो रिटन एज इट्स. Okay. The airplane began its descent. The airplane's descent. The descent is owned by the airplane. So if it is owned, it is a matter of possession, it is a case of possession. So the right answer is its and not it apostrophe. Now, this is another pair जो बिल्कुल दिमाग में होना ही चाहिए. What is that? Question says, please give me some blank on the matter. And the two options are advise with an S and advice with a C. Very, very minor difference in pronunciation. Just a letter different in the spelling, but huge difference in the meaning. Take a minute and tell. So, you know what is advice? It is a noun. And you know what is the advice? It is a verb. So, can you advise me? That means, can you? I write it as, can you advise me? The advice with S can also be written as, can you give me an advice on this? What is the meaning of advice and advice? Advice means the action of advising, and advice is the that particular suggestion that is given to you. And this is the act of suggest. So what do you think is the right answer? Please give me some advice on the matter. So answer is option 2. 2 is the right answer. Next question. Police have been searching for him everywhere. However, the fugitive continues to elude. Yeah, elude. Again, this set is something that you must tell me what is the meaning. Take some seconds and tell me. So let me, the second तो हो ही गए होंगे. Yeah. पहले fugitive का मतलब बता दो. Fugitive is somebody who has escaped from a prison or a captivity or an holding. Okay, somebody who has escaped from captivity or is in hiding. Okay, continues to elude का मतलब पता है क्या होता है? Hint at. Police cannot hint at them, right? Notice elude. The meaning of elude is to escape a situation. So what do you think is written here? What is written here is that the fugitive continues to elude them. Elude means, of course, escape them. It should be the right usage. So elude is the answer, and elude is not the elude. A wala is the wrong option. So my answer is option number 2, which is elude, which means escape. Done. Next. His analysis of the situation made life easier for the board members. His blank analysis. Tell me, discrete या discrete? Again, same spelling, बस E यहाँ से lol, and that changed the entire meaning and can change positive mark to negative mark and can change your college from I'm Lucknow to I'm Indore. Take a couple of done. Almost a minute gone. Now let's see the meaning. See what is the meaning of discrete? Discrete means individually different. What is the meaning of discrete? Discrete means careful, prudent. अब यहाँ डाल के देखो मतलब his individually different analysis of the situation made life easier, maybe. But if I talk about discrete, it is most suitable. It is more suitable. It sounds appropriate because it says that his careful analysis, witty analysis, his mindful analysis of the situation made life easier for the board members. So answer is discrete number two. Okay, DISCREET. This is the right answer. Now comes next question, which will clearly make you understand why I did not use discrete ET over there and why is it an answer here. अब पता ही है कि यहाँ पे तो आंसर यही होगा because it is the meaning, it means individually different or different. So this means this question says that these are two discrete subjects, don't combine them. That means these two are individually very different, don't combine them, segregate them. That is why discrete will be right. Now comes next question. Look at this question, look at the solution. This is ingenious or this is ingenious. Now tell me what is the meaning. Tell me what is the answer I mean. These two are adjectives. And let me tell you the meaning first. Ingenious means somebody who is innocent person or unsuspecting person. Comes ingenious. Ingenious means clever person or clever thing. What do you think is the meaning? Look at this solution. It's ingenious. It's innocent. It's unsuspecting. No, clearly no. It's clever. Yes. Solution can be clever. So ingenious is the right usage of it. My answer is two. Let's see if next question has. Yes, it has the meaning. It has the usage of ingenious. So we know that यहाँ पे clearly ingenious will be the word because I said that innocent words villagers usually are. So it's written that the blank villager was duped by the foxy trader. Foxy means witty, clever. Okay. So for this blank, ingenious, which means innocent, is the right answer. So it will be the ingenious, that is the innocent villager was duped by. Duped means, what is the meaning of dupe? Dupe means easily cheated by the foxy trader, the clever trader. So, well, guys, this was my last question in vocabulary class of today. I'll take more classes on the remaining type of questions that appear from vocabulary in the MBA entrance examinations, in the top MBA entrance examination. I know it was a lot to grasp, but just hang on, okay? You have to recollect it all. Keep it to yourself. Make notes, as I said. Have a personal notebook of yours. Now, I took a class on syllogisms day before yesterday. Quite interesting. I showed it how you do it using circles, using Venn diagram. The name is fancy, but the method is simple. And there were a couple of questions remaining from syllogisms that I wanted to do so that I could complete it, especially type B questions. I I want to continue them. For those who did not attend, you may still have a look at it. For that, I'll tell you what syllogisms are. This is a way of concluding a statement from a given set of statements. Given set of statements will be given in the question, which you have to assume true, even if it is in variance with commonly known facts. तो अगर उसमें ये भी लिखा हो कि sun rises in the west, you have to consider it the ultimate truth, the universal truth for that moment, for that question. And then you see that if third option is concludable from it or not. So in A, B, C, and D, you have to see if the third segment of each statement is can be concluded from the first two segments or not. If yes, then that is an answer. If no, then that is not an answer. Let's start. Let's look at A. Some disciples are not obedient. So if I say this is disciples and then this is not obedient and these are disciples. All sons are obedient. If this is not obedient, the remaining set becomes of obedient. All sons are obedient, but still I'll draw for it. Obedient, and this is sons. Some sons are not disciples. These are those sons that are disciples. So these are the sons which are not disciples. And some disciples are not obedient, and all sons are obedient. So this can be S plus O. Oh, I'm sorry. I think that's where my video lies. So आपको दिखेगा नहीं. Let me draw it again. So this is disciples. Some disciples are not obedient. Some sons are not disciples. So I make it sons. And all sons are obedient. So it could be O or this could be larger. Oh, so the third implication is that some sons are not disciples. That is true. Some sons are not disciples. What can be concluded? So A is true. Now comes B. Some ministers are not content. This is the entire set of ministers that there is. This is the entire set of people who are content. This shows that there are some ministers are not content. This region shows. Not this, okay? No miser is content. Miser और content का कोई रिश्ता नहीं है. Some misers are ministers. That is possible, highly possible that some are misers. May not be also, but we cannot say. One says that there can be one diagram, and another says there cannot be. So let's see. Next comes a question. No Tejas is a tank. Brahmos is not a Tejas. This Tejas. No Tejas is a tank. दोनों में दूर दूर तक का कोई रिश्ता नहीं है. 36 का आंकड़ा है. They cannot be together at all. No overlapping at all. Brahmos is a tank. There you go. Here is Brahmos. No Tejas is a tank. Brahmos is not a Tejas. BrahMos is somewhere out. So can we conclude that BrahMos is a tank? No, not at all. BrahMos can be anything other than a tank. It can lie outside these. This cannot be concluded. D. The Northerners don't forget. Let me first erase. Now that I've cleared the board, let me set myself on and see C. D. D says Northerners do not forget. The Northerners and all of them don't. John never forgets too. All the Northerners never forget. John never forgets. So Theon is from the north. Can't say he can be from elsewhere. And he still cannot forget. Not concludable. So B, C, D cannot be concluded. C and D clearly cannot be concluded. B, third can be concluded. Because they say that some misers are this. A and B are the right option. A and B. Right statement. So 2 is my answer. Next question. A. Many singers are not writers. Okay. Let's call this circle as singer. This is writer, and these are many singers that are not writers. All poets are singers. This or this could be this. Some poets are not writers. True. Very true. Giant, see, some poets are not writers is highly possible. Giants climb beanstalks. The giants, and they can all, these giants can all climb beanstalks. Some chicken do not climb beanstalks. There are chickens that do not climb beanstalks. So some chickens are not giants. Let us do this again. This is quite confusing. I have to write it here so that it's visible. Quickly switch to pen and see. Giants climb beanstalk. These are giants. And all giants can climb beanstalks. Some chicken do not climb beanstalks. There are some chicken, those who climb. There are other chickens that do not climb beanstalk. So they say that some chicken are not giants. Possible that some chickens are not giants. They can be giants too. So B can only also be concluded, but not very sure. Come C. All explorers live in snowdrift. Snowdrift, all explorers. Some penguins live in snowdrift. They say that some penguins are explorer, not necessary. Cannot be concluded. Cannot be concluded. Amar is taller than Akbar. Anthony Amar is taller than Akbar. Akbar is shorter than Anthony. So Akbar is also shorter than Anthony. Anthony, say that. Second says that Anthony is shorter than Amar. Anthony is shorter than Amar. And Amar is taller than Akbar. And Anthony is also, Amar is also taller than Anthony. Can we say that Akbar is shorter than Anthony? No, we can't say so. Cannot be concluded. Even Anthony can be shorter than Akbar. So this cannot be concluded. So only A can be concluded. So my right answer is option number A. Next question. I think we've done this already, right? Yes. Last question. Okay. Is this last? There are any more? Never mind. We'll do this first. Some disciples are not obedient. We've done this. Some some history is controversial. If this is history, this is controversial. Some history is difficult. Okay. Some controversial is difficult. Cannot say. Absolutely no. All fathers love their sons. All fathers love their sons. Tyrion is a son. Tyrion is loved by his father. Because all fathers love their sons. Tyrion is a son, so Tyrion must also be loved by his father. It's true. Comes C. Friends is an entertaining show. Here is the set of all entertaining shows that there is, and I have friends in that. Rohit has not watched Friends. Rohit watched boring shows. No, he could have watched other interesting shows. Cannot conclude that. C is wrong. Comes D. Tasty food is not healthy. Tasty food is not healthy. Pasta is not healthy. Pasta is tasty. Can't say. Can't conclude. So he sounds right too. I think there's something wrong with the option. So according to me, the answer is just B. And as I said that this was the last question. So here I still remain with a couple of questions on syllogisms. I'll take that in my next class. But before that, next class will be on para summary, guys. Please be there for the next class because para summary very important for your most important exam, that is CAT. And I'll tell you very easy way of doing para summary, solving para summary. And remember that it's not purely para summary, that is something of the most used and the most critical part and the only important part in reading comprehension. See you in next class. All the best. Good night.